Hi everyone, so this video review is for A Conflict of Interest by Morgan Adams. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog, then all the details are in the post. And this is the video review, so A Conflict of Interest by Morgan Adams. This was quite a cocktail of drama and emotion all rolled in together. Anna finally has a case that it could get her the promotion she's always wanted and really deserves. And she meets Rachel on a night out. They spend this wonderful evening together, but then it turns out Rachel is the surgeon that Anna has served papers to as part of this like really big case. And that's when things get complicated because there's this tension between them based on the case, but Anna and Rachel are still drawn to one another. And the case is just kind of in their way and going to be this conflict between them because they can't really be involved while the case is going on if Anna's going to pursue it. So all very complicated. Anyway, this started off like so promising. And then it just excelled the drama. Like it just like the drama dropped, the tension sizzled, and it just went like mad. And then Anna wasn't going to like let anything get in the way of her case. So she tried for the longest time to resist Rachel. She was resisting all her feelings for her, everything she was thinking, wanting to ever see her again. And then they kept crossing paths. And eventually her heart and emotions were getting in the way of like her getting to know Rachel. And then she was finding out what had happened, and she was getting to know that all better, and Rachel as well, because she kept running into her. And then that left her sort of like turning to friends and colleagues for advice about how she could avoid the conflict of interest that was going to come by being involved with the witness for her case. So she had lots to work out. Like her career was really important, but she was working out that she wanted whatever the connection was that she had with Rachel. And then I really felt for Rachel because she really liked Anna, and she had a conflict of her own in how she was feeling about learning that Anna was the person serving the papers, but she didn't really understand why she needed to be a witness, and what had gone on and why this was all happening. So initially it was awkward because it was so telling that they knew each other off like at the disposition and everything, and then they both like tried their best to really hide it. But that wasn't going to happen. And then this was just one of those stories where fate had decided that both characters had something to learn, and it wasn't going to stop until they had learned what they needed to learn. Like for Anna, it was like your career isn't like the most important thing for you, and then for Rachel, it was like you were involved in something that happened, and there's consequences to that, but they're not necessarily your consequences. But that doesn't mean that you should hold back from doing the right thing, and that it doesn't mean that both of you should ignore your feelings for one another. And just because you have a tension on another basis doesn't mean that you're not perfectly suited and all these things. So fate was really there to teach them lessons, but it had lots of fun moments, it had lots of flirty ones, and then it had some quieter emotional ones. But it was quite the ride, and it was always exciting, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you will too. So I'll pop a link in the description so you can grab a copy of A Conflict of Interest by Morgan Adams, which I hope you will. If you've read A Conflict of Interest, would love to know what you thought of it, so please do share and let us know. And if you haven't read it yet but you're planning to read it, or you're now super intrigued thinking yeah I want to read that, or it's on your to be read list, again please do share and let us know, because it's always great to find out what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, really hope you enjoy it. Bye.